Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is our daily analytical report. Let's start, and I will tell you what is going on the markets, but first we need to check the macro calendar. Let me just refresh this macro calendar. It's quite busy today. It's quite busy for obviously one particular currency, but I will show you that in a second. Bear with me. So it's important definitely for the American dollar, and it's important also for the Canadian dollar, because today we'll have average hourly earnings and we will have job data from Canada. But the most important thing that happened was overnight, actually at the end of the Asian session, somewhere around I think 5 or 6 p.m. We got a rumor. Exactly 4 hours ago, yes, 6 o'clock, saying that Trump asked his cabinet to draft a possible China trade deal, and that President Donald Trump is interested in reaching an agreement on trade with Chinese President Xi Jinping. And this is about to happen, supposed to be happening at the Group of 20 Nations Summit in Argentina later this month. So this information was perceived as positive, obviously, on most of the asset. It was negative for the American dollar, surprisingly, but positive for currencies like, for example, New Zealand dollar or Australian dollar. With that being said, I think we're ready to move to the charts. Here, just the plain chart, and we can start with the American dollar to Japanese yen, which defended this long-term uptrend line here with a double bottom formation. Then we broke the resistance of this pattern, which is this horizontal area. Actually, we can make it like this and like this, and you can see this movement. This movement was positive for the American dollar on this pair, on others not so much, and we got a comeback above the yellow area. This technical situation on American dollar to Japanese yen is mixed for me. So I'm not gonna tell you that there is a buy or sell signal because I don't see any. As for now, we are positive, right? We are positive. We made a nice upswing. Now we're correcting this upswing. We are above the major uptrend line. So I think price being above this line is the most important. Price making higher highs and higher lows. Now we're supposed to make a higher high. So this is the base scenario for the American dollar to Japanese yen. Now gold with a strong reversal. So we had this attempt to break 38.2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth was a false breakout. And obviously, well, false breakout patterns are so strong that traders need to pay for that. And they paid the price here, 1, 2, 3, 4, for 4 days. Yesterday, in the absence of most of the markets, because yesterday in many countries we had All Saints Day and markets were closed. Here we can see a huge upswing on the gold. This line was still respected even after the breakout. It was respected as a resistance, and then again. And now we are back above this resistance, so this is a false bearish breakout, which opens us a way towards new highs. I think that another try to break those resistances will be finally successful. Well, we had yesterday, but obviously after upswing like that, they needed a break before. Small break, another try, and another should be successful. So we should got a breakout of the 38.2 on gold, which should drive us to 50% FIBO, which was also respected previously. Support and a resistance. Support in June, resistance in July. So definitely that will be a good occasion to go long. On a daily chart, almost engulfing. It is not engulfing, but definitely the candle from yesterday is very promising. Bitcoin also went higher. Is testing the lower line of the recent consolidation here of this boring sideways trend. And we are still negative. I thought that they're gonna go lower after this pennant, but sellers wasted this opportunity. But we are still in a negative territory. Look, price making lower lows and lower highs. So this how this situation should end, with the price continuing to make lower lows and lower highs. Australian dollar to Japanese yen. You can see how Australian dollar reacted on this information about the data. The place where this upswing stopped is not random. They had reason to stop here. The upswing itself from today was expected anyway from the technical point of view, because we had a breakout of this. I'm gonna delete all those lines, not to mess with your head. That was a breakout of the neckline of this double bottom formation. 1, 2. And now we have an upswing towards the downtrend line. So we have a bounce. Sure, we should have a bounce. But then maybe we'll have a reversal pattern. So if you prefer to trade long term, that's your ultimate support, that's your ultimate resistance. The breakout of the upper line will give you a buy signal. The breakout of the green area should give you a sell signal. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. Horizontal support got defended. Inverse head and shoulder formation is still in play. What we are waiting here for is the breakout of the neckline, the horizontal resistance. So the situation did not change much. The price staying above, the price going back above the orange area, ultimate buy signal. The price breaking the green area, ultimate sell signal. Euro to Swiss franc. Here, that's a flag. But the sentiment is, well, in the long term, we are still below the major resistance, but last few days are positive, all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. That may be an initiation of a correction, but that also is a right shoulder, left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. So price closing a day above the orange area will be an ultimate buy signal for Euro to Swiss franc. Euro to Japanese yen. Candle from yesterday on hourly chart. This is a candle from, okay. This is candle from this rumor. This is candle from this rumor. And we got a continuation. So it's not that this fundamental rumor changed anything. No, not really. We were expecting this from the technical point of view as well. Why? Because left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Then the price breaks the neckline. The neckline in this case is this orange area. So the price breaks the neckline, then stays above the neckline, and is below the downtrend line here. So positive sentiment was already here. The rumor about the Trump and Xi Jinping and trade deal between States and China caused this. So helped the buyers to break the upper line of this correction, let's say of this sideways trend. So now after 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of the upswing, we do have a correction, which is absolutely normal. Everything is good here. We are in an uptrend, which started just recently after the breakout of the downtrend line. So it seems like this movement should be continued. Also, I would like to show you here. So this is a flag. Also, it's not a random place that the price stopped here. It's just the upper line of the flag. The sentiment is positive on euro to Japanese yen as long as we stay above this orange area. New Zealand dollar to American dollar here. Also, you can see those setups are really similar, like this and this. Inverse head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, and breakout of the downtrend line. Not only this, you have this downtrend line. Oh, sorry, here, here. We have this downtrend line. So it doesn't really matter. All of them were broken. Not today, yesterday. They were all broken yesterday. So look at the session from yesterday. We started this 150 pips almost. There was a small correction at the end, but the session from yesterday sorted out everything. Here we have this candle from this trade talk. Okay, fair enough. We made new highs. But this is the ultimate candle. Here. Daily candle which changes everything. What about the next target? The next target is here. It's pretty clear that this should be the next target. Let me check if it's in line with Fibonacci. No, it is not. Only the next one is close to the Fibonacci's. I think that price should respect more the recent price movements than Fibos, so we can remove the Fibos. But this is a nice place for to test as a resistance, and the next one is also pretty good. So here. And on the background we have oil, which is going down, and yesterday also we made a beautiful bearish candle. Look at this on a daily chart, beautiful bearish candle 2 days ago as well. This downswing is a proper downswing, and I think that we should make an example of how the trend continuation pattern works. For example, here we do have a pennant, here we do have a rectangle, downswing, pennant, downswing, rectangle, downswing. What do we have here? What's that? That is a flag. Yes. Downswing, flag, downswing, downswing. This is breakout of the lower line of the flag. Then we tested that with the as a resistance along with the long-term downtrend lines. And here there is a drop, and now the price is creating something like a flag, very much smaller flag. So we will see how will that work out. But in general, the long-term uptrend line on oil was broken, the horizontal support on oil was broken, and the price should continue the decline. Let me check the Fibos. So 38.2 can be a significant support here. We have to wait for the further price action to see what is going to happen. But after a drop like this, we should get some kind of a reversal, right? It's very uncommon to price go in one direction, because that's actually what the price is doing. From the very beginning of October, the price is just moving in one direction. So there is just a huge drop. Swiss franc to Japanese yen. I'm gonna remove all those to leave the most important lines. So the horizontal resistance and the dynamic downtrend line, they got broken. We have the resistance here, which is now a support. seems like it's start of the correction. The thing is, in my opinion, as long as we stay above the orange line, we have chances for a further upswing. Now euro to New Zealand dollar. This is nice because today we should get a proper signal. So far we don't have any. Why? Because the price is after a heavy drop, and this heavy drop led us to the dynamic uptrend line. Super important dynamic support, long-term uptrend line, which connects higher lows since the beginning of 2017. And it all depends from what will happen on this line, right? So a bounce will create a buying opportunity, because this is one of the most important principles of trading, to buy when there is a bounce from the support, right? Simple as that. On the other hand, the breakout of the uptrend line is also a strong price action sell signal. So we have to wait for what is going to happen on this line. As for now, as you can see on a daily chart, maybe I will make that a bit closer. We have a hammer. Hammer is positive, especially that hammer is happening on the support from here. So this is support from whole July. If we get a bit closer, we can see V-shape reversal. Price closing a day above the blue line, that is a buy signal on euro to New Zealand dollar. Australian dollar to Swiss franc. Swiss franc is very weak currently. New Zealand Australian dollar is strong. As for the target, we are very close to the target. Support. Actually, even it goes way back. It goes way back. If we ignore this, support. Ignore this, support. So this seems like a good place for a reversal. Let's check the Fibos. First we have this, so it's pretty tight, it's on 50. Let's check this, it's pretty tight, it's the same place. You have 38. So yes, we are on a combination of those two Fibos, which are actually in the same place. That's interesting. They are in the same. That's why we had the reaction here. Well, how to trade it? Well, in my opinion, price going back above the lower, or maybe let me change the color. Price going down below the blue line will be a signal to go short. That's how I would trade this. British pound to Canadian dollar. Also, I think we can remove those lines. Well, we didn't have a webinar yesterday, so that's why many things happened. Many things happened recently. I would say that cable is in no man's land. Buy signal will be triggered when we will break the blue line and the green line at the same time. Sell signal will be triggered when we will break the orange line. British pound to New Zealand dollar. That is my long-term sell signal from the weekly chart, which comes from the false breakout here and denial of this candle, false breakout above this line, this support. But I can see the chance of the price coming to this support to test it as a resistance. So I'm not ruling out the midterm upswing here. I think it's quite probable for the price to try to test the horizontal green line. What's happening on cable? On cable we have reversal. Oh, you see, so I'm sorry, that was British pound to Canadian dollar here. Not, I said it's cable. It's obviously British pound to Canadian dollar. Here is cable where the price is trying to create a double bottom formation. But in the same, also I don't have any particular trade in mind here. I think it's more of a sideways trend. Breakout of the blue line, proper buy signal. Like here, double top, here double bottom. Breakout of this line gave us a strong sell signal. Breakout of this line can bring us strong buy signal. New Zealand dollar to Japanese yen. See, that's interesting. This is this movement from the rumor. Look where this movement stopped. Okay. And okay. For me, as long as we stay inside between those two lines, I don't have a trading signal. Breakout of the blue line will be an ultimate buy signal only. Because now the risk of the correction is too big, right? The risk of the correction is too big. You don't usually, it is not very common to buy below the resistance, right? One shouldn't buy below the resistance. One should buy above the resistance when the resistance is broken. When we have a price respecting the resistances here, the price obviously bounced from it. That's not the good occasion to buy. And now to indexes, because we do have this reversal for the past few days. We stopped with the contagion. Let me check the neckline. We are still far from the neckline. We are still far from this line. So still, this sentiment, the long-term sentiment on this instrument is, I'm sorry, let's do it like this. Here. We are far from being good here. We are below the major resistances. We are under the influence of a very negative head and shoulder pattern. This is definitely not a good occasion to buy. S&P 500. Let's check this one. I'm sorry, I need to delete this indicator. So we do have this reversal, V-shaped reversal, when the price created a correction equality pattern, and this is remarkable. This drop was the same as this one. Drop from the beginning of the year was the same as drop from October. Interesting. So now we can measure the retracements of this downtrend. We retraced 23.6, 38.2 as well. And the thing is that we are back above the uptrend line. So all good. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. I think that's the what traders in the United States are trying to tell us, that everything is good. And why the hell someone was selling? Fair enough. But if we want to continue this pattern, so this pattern, after a drop we should get another wave of the downswing. And maybe we will aim the green area. But so far, the November starts alright. October started with a take profit action, really. That was just the take profit action for the sellers. And we'll see if we'll have a continuation of this movement. It's a bit too risky. Well, the occasion to buy is great. It's awesome if you're a stock trader. But in the same time, it may be the start of something bigger. We will see. So unfortunately, today we don't have any good trading signals like previously. Let me recap the situation for you. American dollar to Japanese yen, there is a positive sentiment, but there is no buy signal. On gold, we have buy signal, but again, not the strong one because we are below the resistance. So in my opinion, we should break this resistance, but buying below the resistance is kind of stupid. Bitcoin, no signal. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, yes, buy, but in the long term. In the short term, we can have a correction. Here, buy signal when the price will get to the checkpoint. In euro to Swiss franc, price getting to the checkpoint, buy signal. Euro to Japanese yen, still positive. New Zealand dollar to American dollar, long term, only long term buy. Short term, we can have a correction. Oil, yes, that is kind of a sell signal, but after decline like that, I would be afraid of a stronger reversal here. Swiss franc to Japanese yen, here is a buy signal. Euro to New Zealand dollar, price closing above the green area, price closing a day above the green area, buy signal. Australian dollar to Swiss franc, price closing below the green area, sell. British pound to Canadian dollar, nothing. British pound to New Zealand dollar, nothing. British pound to American dollar, nothing. New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, short-term sell. DAX, nothing. S&P 500, nothing. So unfortunately, the end of the week does not bring us any good trading signals like previously. For most of them, we have to wait. So we are going to do what every trader supposed to do from time to time. So patiently wait for a great trading opportunity. Guys, remember that trading and investment in financial markets involves an element of risk. And thank you very much for attending this webinar. Visit our Twitter account and our website alpari.news for more analysis. All the best, guys. Good luck.